In this video, well, I'll let the command blocks do the talking. Before I get into how that was made, let's do a bit of history. Okay, Minecraft's a game of blocks, and blocks, incidentally, are cubic. Yet, in a game purely made of cubes, there are limitless possibilities, especially with the power of these little blocks. So pretty recently, another YouTuber, Mysticat, showed off a video making a circle, and to briefly summarize their process, you just take these blocks, stack them up, press a button, flip a lever, and just wait for the circle to generate. Now you might be like, but omelehg, you're just making the same thing, aren't you? You've got command blocks, and an armor stand, and a cool skin, and you'd be right if you weren't completely wrong. Except that last part, that part's still right. Hey, just as right as hitting the subscribe button. Come on, you know you wanna. If it's red, it means to go. A little counterintuitive if you consider traffic lights and stop signs, but hey, blame YouTube. I'm just the messenger. And if you're like, isn't this the guy that made Dream SMP analysis? There's a link in the description that explains it all. Anyway, back to the magic blocks. You might have noticed that making the circle was really easy, and if you've taken a geometry class, you might know about this thing called the compass. Not to be confused with the Minecraft compass. By taking the compass and rotating it around, you can draw a circle, and that's effectively what's happening with these armor stands. We're taking an armor stand in the middle, spinning it right round, baby right round, and drawing around it. But something you might have noticed is there's no easy way to make a triangle, or a hexagon, or heck, even a square with a tool like that. So the approach is gonna have to be a little different. See this line? Yeah, it's a line. So what? Well, if you take this line and bend it, and you sorta keep doing that, you can get a shape. Well, with blocks you can really only bend by like 90 degrees, but with commands, you can get a little more precise than 90 degrees. Alright, we're just gonna put all this logic into commands. And we're gonna need a scoreboard to count side lengths and the amount of sides. Oh, by the way, because we're using scoreboards and stuff, we can automatically stop the construction once it's fully made. So there's no need to time a lever flick to make sure my game doesn't crash when suddenly there's thousands of armor stands making a circle 1,000 times over. Okay, fair warning, we're gonna go into some serious nerd stuff about now. Feel free to turn your brain off for the next few seconds. Alright, so this first command block makes an armor stand that's gonna act like a pencil. It's gonna like draw the line, and this command block detects when it's drawn enough and tells it to turn around, and these just reset a bunch of scoreboard stuff. And that's pretty much it. This last set of commands here just resets all the scoreboards and kills all the armor stands. That's because I'm lazy. Don't worry, they didn't have feelings or families. At least I don't think they did. A little late for it to matter now though. Anyway, when all said and done, we press the button, flip the lever, and just watch. But omelehg, you say, that's not the same as what you showed off in the intro. You showed a shape with crisp, clean edges, not this jaggedy garbage, and I swear to God, if you cut me off one more time, I'll turn you into a jaggedy. Okay, so you might have noticed that this isn't the smoothest setup. That's because all the armor stands are facing the same direction, like a row of soldiers. The problem is, we're not waging war, we're making freaking shapes, like the ones we learned in literal kindergarten. And let me tell you one thing, babies do not line up like a row of soldiers. Instead, they follow a leader. And let me tell you, these armor stands, not much more capable than babies. So I'm gonna make the dumb, jaggedy armor stands face a leader, the pencil armor stand. So after each side is drawn, every armor stand rotates so it's facing the same direction as the armor stand in front, and damn is it satisfying. But once again, I bet you're sitting in your gaming chair all judging me. You promised we'd make shapes, not just hexagons. What if I want to make a triangle, or an octagon, or a dodecagon? And let me just say, there is no shot that half of you even know what a dodecagon is, but here. Remember that scoreboard that we set up? We can change the number of sides in the scoreboard and change the angle that the armor stand rotates, and we'll get a different shape. Oh, by the way, this other scoreboard number is for the size of the shape, so if we increase the number, you'll notice that we're getting a bigger shape. So with the same set of command blocks, and a couple of adjusted settings, behold, a triangle. Look at its crisp edges. And then, feast your eyes upon the square. I know, it's Minecraft, but I mean, you can make one, I guess. We got pentagons, we got hexagons, we got octagons, we got nonagons. We go into the double digits with the decagon, and finally we got the big boy, the dodecagon. That's 12 sides, by the way. Didn't mean to leave you in the dark. And before you say omelehg, why did you make the heptagon or the hendecagon? That's 7 and 11 sides, by the way. No, it's not because they rhyme and I thought it was funny, although it certainly is. The problem with those two shapes in particular is the angle you need to rotate the stand by. Like, you could do it, you can rotate by decimals and command blocks, but I'm not about to do that, alright? Come on, you got the dodecagon. Bigger number, better shape, am I right? Okay, so shapes are cool and all, but what can you do with them? Well, if I'm being honest, not much. Mostly because of how hard this is to set up, and that armor stands are entities, meaning you just sort of fall through them. But you can make a pretty aesthetically pleasing build. Like this one, for example. It's sort of like a bathhouse with the center of attention being the octagonal spot. Some minor issues, there's some planing issues that makes it not great, I'll keep it a buck. And the armor stands will disappear if you look at them the wrong way. I don't know, maybe they're camera shy. But forget builds. Shapes like these are all about the satisfaction, and if you tell me you're not oddly satisfied, take me to a ball game so I can buy you a baseball cap, because that is actual capsule right there. Okay, before I end, huge credit to Mysticat for the inspiration for this video. A lot of my methods here were inspired by the stuff he showed in the video about making circles. Alright, that's all I got. Bye.